Hello students, I'm your English teacher. My name is Kadralieva Ainura, and today we will talk about guest students. It surrounds us in our everyday lives, from the moment we wake up in the morning till the moment we fall asleep at night. It informs us, educates and entertains us. Do you guess, students? Yes, it's mass media. In this lesson, students learn about the media influence on our lives. Students identify how the media influences their attitudes. Students brainstorm ways to combat the media's negative influence. Students learn about different forms of media. Students discuss the purposes and the uses of media. What is media? Media is used to convey information. Mass media is used to communicate to large numbers of people. Media includes television, radio, music players, computers, billboard advertisements, magazines, books, and newspapers. How do you get the news? How do you find out what is going on in the world? What can be used to communicate a message? Media is anything used to convey a message, and mass media, like newspapers and television, and used to reach a lot of people. Let's learn new lexics. Vocabulary. Solely. Adverb. Only and not involving anyone or anything else. Dedicated. Adjective. Devoted to a task or purpose. To spring up. Verb. To grow or appear suddenly. To cater. Verb. Provide with what is needed or required. Avid. Adjective. Having an eager desire. Curiosity. Noun. A strong desire to know or learn something. Relentlessly. Adverb. Cruelly. To pursue. Verb. Follow or chase someone or something. Hovering. Adjective. Remain in one place in the air. Colluding. Adjective. Making a secret agreement. To invade. Verb. Enter a country or region or occupy it. Governing. Adjective. Controlling. Следующий slide. And now, students, read the text carefully and we will do the exercises. Paparazzi. A necessary evil? There are endless magazines, newspapers and TV programs which are solely dedicated to giving us inside information on the many celebrities that decorate our society. Celebrities are big business these days. Nowadays, if you are famous, it is harder and harder to keep your private life out of the public eye. New profession has sprung up to cater for our avid curiosity, the paparazzi. These are photographers who will relentlessly pursue celebrities in the hope of getting an interesting unposed picture. The plural word paparazzi comes from the character of a photographer in a Federico Fellini film. He called him paparazzo. It's mosquito, a buzzing insect hovering, stinging. In fact, paparazzi often try to provoke a reaction from celebrities so that they can get a picture of them lashing out in anger. British actress Sienna Miller has said that she often feels physically threatened by photographers who constantly follow her. American film stars had crashes while being chased by paparazzi in cars. The most famous and tragic incident was in 1997, when Princess Diana was followed at high speed through the streets of Paris. by photographers on motorbikes. The chase ended in her death when the car she was traveling in crashed in tunnel. Is this level of attention something that every celebrity should expect? On the other hand, there are many publicity-hungry celebrities who actively invite press attention. One celebrity magazine editor has claimed that some celebrities are colluding with the paparazzi and secretly taking half of the money of photographers earned for the shots. According to a well-known British publicist, other celebrities work the publicity machine to their own advantage when it suits them, but complain at other times when their privacy is invaded. So, is there anything to be done about the paparazzi? Are they a necessary evil in our celebrity-hungry society, or should there be more laws governing their action? And who is ultimately responsible for the present state of affairs? Celebrities, the paparazzi, the press, or is it us, the public, who buy and read the celebrity magazines every week? Students, read the text and decide if the sentences are true or false. First, paparazzi can deliberately try to annoy the people they photograph to get a better shot. Yes, students, it's true. 2. Two American actresses have tried to crash into paparazzi cars. Yes, students, it's false. 3. Celebrities sometimes get paid by the paparazzi for having their photos taken. It's true. 4. Paparazzi follow famous people in the hope that they will agree to be photographed. It's false. The writer is uncertain who to blame for the behavior of paparazzi. Paparazzi were found guilty of killing Princess Diana. Students, can you explain the differences between A news program, a news story, a news flash, and rolling news? B. A tabloid newspaper and a broadsheet newspaper. A news program is a TV program reporting on the news. A news story is a coverage of a particular event or topic within the program. A news flash is a brief announcement of breaking news. Rolling news is broadcast 24 hours a day. A broadsheet has longer articles and more serious, in-depth analysis of important news topic. A tabloid generally has shorter articles written in a more sensational style and with a lot of photos. It focuses more on dramatic news events, shocking crimes and the lives of celebrities. And now, students, we will listen to 4 people talking about the news.
1. Tony.
I don't really pay much attention to the news, I'm afraid. I never switch on the TV on purpose to watch it, as I find it generally too depressing. But I do know more or less what's going on in the world. It's unavoidable, really. I'll listen if the news happens to be on the radio or something, and I usually hear my parents or friends talking about some big item of news. Then I'll ask questions and find out that way. But otherwise, what's the point of trying to keep up with a war here, a disaster there, or yet another murder? The trouble with the news is that it's always bad news that's reported. I wish we could hear some good news for a change. I might listen more then.
2. Becky.
Well, I always watch the news at the same time on the same channel every evening before I go to bed. It's become a habit of mine. I prefer to see the same newsreaders too, and I don't like it so much if one of them goes on holiday. If I'm out one evening, then I feel as if I've missed something and I don't know what's going on. I don't feel the same about radio or newspapers at all. I like to see the news, not just hear or read about it. I find it helps me remember things better too.
3. Adrian.
We get a newspaper every day at our house, and I always look at it at breakfast time. But to be honest, I don't pay much attention to the stories on the front page. I like reading the gossip columns and the sports pages. My dad always reads the serious news stories, but I prefer to listen to the radio or watch the TV to find out what's going on in the world.
4. Carolyn.
I have to say I'm a news junkie. I like to keep up with the news pretty much all of the time. I'm very interested in politics, you see, and like to keep up with all the goings-on in Parliament as well. So I usually listen to the radio in the morning and watch the news on TV at night. And if there's anything I've missed or I particularly want to find out about, then I go on the internet. The internet is fantastic for news, I think. There are so many news websites now, and most newspapers are online too. So there's no excuse nowadays not to know exactly what's going on.
Who says these things? Right. Tony, Becky, Adrian, or Caroline? I always watch the news at the same time on the same channel. It's Becky. I don't really pay much attention to the news. Tony. We get a newspaper every day at our house. Adrian. I like to see the news, not just hear or read about it. Becky. I will listen if the news happens to be on the radio. Tony. I like to keep up with the news pretty much all of the time. Caroline. The trouble with the news is that only bad news is ever reported. Tony. I usually listen to the radio in the morning and watch the news on TV at night. Caroline. The internet is fantastic for news. Caroline. I like reading the gossip columns and the sports pages. Adrian. Breaking news. And now, students, we will watch the video and do the exercises.
A 99-year-old war veteran has walked around his garden 100 times to raise more than £13 million for Britain's National Health Service. At first, Captain Tom Moore wanted to raise £1,000 by finishing the task before his 100th birthday on the 30th of April. But more than 650,000 people from around the world made donations to his fundraising page, which temporarily crashed. With the help of a walking frame, he walked a total of 2,500 metres and finished 2 weeks before his birthday. His daughter Hannah and granddaughter Georgia were very proud of him. Captain Tom also received messages of congratulations from politicians, celebrities, as well as doctors and nurses. When he finished the task, the retired soldier said, "I feel fine. I hope you're all feeling fine too." And he had these words of advice for people who are living under the coronavirus lockdown. It will be all right. Captain Tom, who is originally from West Yorkshire in England, trained as an engineer before joining the army to fight in World War II. He served as a soldier in India and Myanmar, also known as Burma. JustGiving.com, the fundraising website, confirmed that £13 million is the largest amount of money ever raised in a single campaign on its site. The website itself made a donation of £100,000 to Captain Tom's campaign, which is the largest donation it has ever made.
Checking understanding. Answer the question below. How much money did Captain Moore originally want to raise for the NHS? Yes, you are right. It's B. What happened when his fundraising page became very popular? It's A. The page crashed. How did his daughter and granddaughter feel after he finished his work? They were very proud of him. What did Captain Moore say when he finished? I feel fine. What was special about Captain Moore's fundraising campaign on justgiving.com? It was the largest amount of money ever raised on the website. Match these words and phrases with their meanings. A veteran, fundraising, a donation, crash, a walking frame, a soldier, a lockdown. A. A metal object with 4 legs to help you move. B. A person who is in an army. C. A person who was in the army when she was younger. D. A situation in which people are not allowed to enter or leave a building. E. Collecting money for a charity. F. Money that you give to help somebody or help an organization. G. To stop working about a website or computer system. A veteran, a person who was in the army when she was younger. Fundraising, collecting money for a charity. A donation, money that you give to help somebody or help an organization. Crash, to stop working about a website or computer system. A walking frame, a metal object with 4 legs to help you move. A soldier, a person who is in an army. A situation in which people are not allowed to enter or leave a building. Collocations. Match the verbs on the left to the words on the right to complete the phrases. Raise, finish, make, receive, join, serve. A donation, a message, as a soldier, a task, money, the army. Let's check. Collocation. Raise money, finish a task, make a donation, receive a message, join the army, serve as a soldier. Now complete the facts about Captain Moore with the verbs in their correct form. Finish, join, made, receive, raise, serve. First, Captain Moore trained as an engineer before he joined the army. He served as a soldier in World War II. Captain Moore raised over £13 million for Britain's National Health Service. He managed to finish the task of walking around his garden 100 times before his 100th birthday. The website justgiving.com made a very big donation to Captain Moore's fundraising campaign. He received messages of congratulations from lots of famous people. Students, your home task: write please an essay. If you had your own TV show, what would you show on it? If you had your own radio station, what kind of music would you play? If you hosted your own podcast, what would you talk about? If you had your own website, what would be on it? Dear students, our lesson is over. Goodbye. See you soon.